Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy King David. Let's go, let's get it. The People's Champ over here on the podcast channel. This channel is going to be a little bit more traditional podcast type, where I'm not going to be doing too much movement. But, you know what I'm saying, while I'm getting this party started, let's go ahead and do our introductions here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my new subscribers and my old school subscribers coming over, and my TikTok family. Wasn't for you guys, and none of this would be possible. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys. We're going to start something new where we're spreading things across the platforms. Listen, we're going to start putting certain things over here that won't be on the King David channel, and certain things on the Narc Bully channel that won't be on the King David the Chosen channel or King David the Chosen podcast channel. Separating things so people don't feel like there's so much overlapping and kind of confused, and we're going to fix that. All right. So with that being said, you see the title. Now, if you're new to this, welcome. And if you're just now seeing my channel and just getting introduced to me for the very first time, yeah, I'm saying I'm your boy King David. I am a two-time war veteran. I also work for the White House, a self-made engineer without a degree, and also a narcissist survivor. Covert narcissist, which I believe to be a collapsed, malignant narcissist. But I need for you to understand this narcissist is a spirit, it is a demon, it is something that's been around for centuries, and the spirit, it'll attach itself to a low vibrational person, and they normally like to chase down empathetic, high vibrational, extremely light, beings. Attach themselves to these light beings and feed off of them. Then get the light being in a situation where they get in their head, put you in a mental trap, then start making you feel like you need to be just with them by themselves. They'll trauma bond with you after the love bombing in the beginning. Then they'll start isolating you from your friends and your family. What they don't understand, though, is this is all part of God's plan, and that you will ascend to a higher level to where you're going to have even better spiritual power. Your intuition will be even more keen, but they don't know this. But I'm going to give you, 10 ways to beat a narcissist gangstalking, because once the narc does the discard, thinking that you're burnt up and they've gotten everything they need out of you, they discard. That discard, they believe they picked a better option, and they run away into the night with their sneaky link. Could also have children on the side with the sneaky link, which is what I found out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give you a few tactics how to beat this, because once they discard you, you're a Sigma male, all right? Okay, men? That's what this channel's about, is talking to men about being a better man, your best version of yourself, which would be a Sigma male, being a lone wolf, where you understand that being by yourself is the best thing, and, building your empire, getting your money right, saving your money up, making your investments, and getting yourself as a being to your best version will bring in the best counterpart for you, right? The best lady for you. Nothing else is going to do it. You cannot be not operating in the capacity of, the level you need to be, which, listen, man, y'all need to be, especially right now with all the ascensions going on, you guys should be breaking the mold. You should be having businesses going on. You should be working out every day. You should be eating fruit. You should be getting off of meats and stuff. I mean, listen, look, man, there's a new era of us coming out where we're making it, known that it's okay. That it's okay that you, may have gone through something and you want to post your experiences up online. It's okay that you may have gotten, in a relationship with a narcissist or some, creature of that nature. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And you can get out there, you can speak your piece and not be judged or try to, be shamed or emasculated for just being a man. That's what we're not going to do. So I'm going to give you a few tactics, because what happens once they realize that you start building yourself back up, that they didn't destroy you, that they actually really, they didn't help you, but you make the best out of every situation is what I'm saying. Because with a narc, you got to be careful with your verbiage. These people will take what you say and be like, oh yeah, I did help you. No, you didn't, you psycho. You don't get to go and cheat and have kids on people and all this other stuff and then think you did something for someone. No, I'm just making the best of an extremely bad situation. That's all. You know what I mean? We're not going to do that. All right, with that being said, You know what I'm saying? Listen, there's a few tactics, y'all. First of all, move along in your life unbothered. Just be unbothered, right? Just don't put any time into that narcissist. Listen, you know intuitively that you are being cheated on. What else do you need to know? What else do you need to know? Like, the buck stops right there for me when you're giving your body to someone else, when we're supposed to be in a relationship that's monogamous, where we're not even messing with anyone else, but you're just giving it to whoever, probably better than you're giving it to me. We're not going to do that. We're going to let these women go, okay? Now, I know you might feel like you have assets with them, or, you know, time and all this other stuff, and you care about them. You don't even know that person. See, if you're dealing with a narcissist and you realize you're dealing with a narcissist, which I'll make another video, you know what I'm saying, like 5 or 10, you know what I'm saying, personality traits of a narcissist. But on this one, it's mainly about how to make sure when you see one, you haul ass. Now, a narcissist is going to love bum you in the beginning. So they're going to probably give you some of the best sex you've ever had. You know what I mean? As far as they're concerned. I mean, look, let's be real. You know, the narcissist, what makes them, as far as the narcissist women, I guess her love bumming phase nice, is they're willing to learn. It's not like they're giving you the best. You are the best that any of these women ever had. So you're not giving you the best. They're willing to learn and willing to let you do what you want to do. So, you know, that love bumming is intense. And then they start breadcrumbing you. This is when they're starting to go back to their other men that they have in their little triangulation situation, where they never get rid of these other partners. You know, they kind of just like ghost them or whatever. And so during this phase, they breadcrumb you in order to kind of break you, to get you to kind of chase them while they're, you know, entertaining other parties. They normally would do this through some type of argument to cause a breakup, or continuously argue to cause breakups. And then while they're broken up from you, make it seem like they're not messing with anyone else. They'll continue to contact you, but they're messing with somebody else the entire time. Let's believe that. At least one person, right? And they're trying to get in as many as they can before they mend it with you and you let them back in, because they be begging you to come back, right? So again, you have to go no contact. I don't know if they got like gray stone or whatever, gray rock or whatever, but completely no contact. And you have to also cut off anyone that's not working towards your higher purpose. And I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends, I don't care, like I said, if it's a spouse. You have to cut off everyone that's not on board with your higher purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have things to do, especially if you ascended and you're like, you know, a Sigma empath, or, you know, you're a lone wolf or something like that. You know you're trying to do God's work, so you don't have time to be wasting with these narcissists. So when you realize you're dealing with one, go no contact. They've already discarded you. Just don't let them come back in. When they try to force their way back in, you haul ass, okay? Now, once you go no contact, they're going to rage out. They are going to rage out. I want you to know that. That doesn't mean nothing, okay? Let them rage out. The smear campaign is going to follow. Listen, if you're truly ready to let that narc go, then it shouldn't matter to you what's being said about you. Listen, if a narc can convince people to turn on you, they're not your friends or family to begin with. So nothing lost. All that narc did was expose some of these hidden enemies. Okay? So while we're in here in the woods a little bit, I'm just going to say this, you know, the next one is, after you go no contact, you're gray rocking them and everything else that you need to be doing, you need to be focusing on being the best version of yourself. Hit the gym. Hit the gym, fellas. I'm trying to tell you, if you want to get that motivation to push you every day to continue to try to be the best version of yourself, start with your physical. Hit the gym. Once you start hitting the gym, start working on your diet. You know what I mean? Start cutting out the meats or whatever. Getting yourself, you know, alkaline, drinking your water. Start intermittent fasting. You guys got to start intermittent fasting, man. I normally do like a 16-hour fast or whatever, but you can do like a 12 or 10. Start off with maybe a 5. Just start skipping breakfast. Don't mess around with breakfast at all. Skip that bad boy. Start drinking water in the AM. And here's a trick of the trade: apple cider vinegar water. And if you're really bold, apple cider vinegar water with some lemon and some lime. It'll shred the fat off of you and you'll be cut before you know it. Okay? That being said, you know, while you're in the gym working on yourself, I'm trying to tell you guys, I will go complete isolation. I mean, no contact from females. I mean, I don't think that while you're every phase of my life, when I was going in the army in Iraq, working out, staying focused, or when I was preparing to work for the White House, learning what I need to know, or when I was becoming an engineer after the White House, I was not dating. You don't have time to be out here dating these women. Because what happens is when you're dating them and they see you're focused, they're going to try to take away from your focus. So what has to be done, you guys, you have to stay focused on whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, which is being your best version and trying to conquer the world. Well, I look at conquering the world, but building your empire, building your legacy for your children, if you have them, or your future children. You do not have time to be focusing on some crazy ex. You don't have time to be focusing on some future woman that sees that you're doing really good for yourself, like literally sees that you're like getting yourself together, you're physically fit, your mind is right. And what'll happen is a lot of these women will come along and be like, you know what? That guy right there, I want him to be my man and do this and do that and the third. We're not doing that. That's why I say go into isolation. Now, I would suggest going celibate for a little while. Now, you ain't got to do it as long as me. But if you go celibate, you don't have to worry about sex even being an issue in your mind. Once it's not something that's in your mind constantly driving you, then women can't use it against you. And instead of you putting all that energy into chasing women and whatnot, you're using that energy productively. You're going to give your seed of life to some random chick, right? You're going to like blow your seed of life to some random chick, right? And then, you know, after you get done, you want her out. Why not just put that same energy into a business where you got, you know, money coming in on a regular basis? You're building something that's going to be worth something. It's going to last for a while. You know what I mean? So like I said, work on yourself. You know, start hitting the gym, start getting a skincare regimen. I know you're going to be going through possibly a dark night of the soul. If a lot of you guys just went through the breakup like I did, you find out the person you're with is a cheater or whatever the situation couldn't work out for and you have to leave or whatever. Or it's a narc like I had and they reverse discard you, not knowing that they're doing you a favor though by letting you go. So you can go ahead and go about your life without them chasing you down and begging you back and crying and everything. Because they've already made a decision to go to another person, and that other person got their mind, you know what I'm saying, you know, kind of warped, and not kind of, but warped. And these people are like talking to you crazy, mirroring the person they're with, which is the person that hates you. You don't need a woman around you mirroring the energy of their new lover that can't stand you. Still, you have to leave with the clothes on your back, leave. Now look, I'm just being real, man. I got other channels to be a little bit softer for you guys, but what you need to be doing is whenever you see that you're dealing with a narcissist, I don't care what's going on. Like, I could have had 7 kids with the woman. I'm gonna leave. And then I'll just deal with whatever, you know, child support and split custody, because you have one life to live here. You sit here, you give that life to somebody that don't even care about you, putting your health in danger whenever they're cheating on you, not trying to really build anything, because if you think about it, what do narcs do the whole time? Cause problems to tear you down. That's all they do, is cause problems to continue to tear you down. Everything you try to build, they always find a way to break it down or get in your head and be like, you sure you want to do that? You sure it's going to work? If they don't do that, they'll start fires other ways. They'll start fires all over the place. They'll start fires with the schools and the kids. They'll start fires with the neighbors or something, or it'll be something with the vehicle or whatever. It's always something. And with that energy you're putting into trying to make something work with this bonehead, you can go ahead and let her go, let her live her best narcissistic life that she can live, and you go and be great somewhere. This really shouldn't be a discussion. But since it is, I'm going to give you a couple more tactics, you know what I'm saying? While you're doing that, getting yourself right in the gym, like I told you guys, intermittent fasting, skipping breakfast, right? Try to rise in the AM around 3:34. Get up early in the AM. It allows you to get closer to God. That's a really good time to get downloads. And when you get those downloads are going to be giving you business ideas. Business ideas. So you have all these different ideas that God will be giving you to help propel you to your higher self, your greatest self, right? And you know, you're doing that by getting up early, putting in the time, putting in the hours, putting in the work, intermittent fasting, taking care of your kids by yourself. You'll start to realize you don't need no one else. Everyone has a certain level of codependency. And we're trying to break that, you know what I'm saying, generational curse. So when you start doing this stuff and being a lone wolf, you'll start breaking these generational curses. You'll start realizing it's best to be, you know, by yourself. It's best to have a space to yourself where you can recharge, you know, because you're like an empath or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're like there's alphas and betas and all, but like you're a Sigma. You're like you're like the group of men that's tapped in with your spiritual side and tapped in with your physical side. So you know, I mean, you got best of both worlds all the way around. Okay, man. So, and you know, you're not out here chasing women like some dumb dog alpha, right? You got better things to be doing. You only attract. You don't chase, you attract. That's the main difference between, well, a lot of other ones, but alphas and sigmas. So while you're attracting and you know you're in this attraction energy, why in the world are you settling for this woman? You have to go ahead and move on so God can make room for a really good woman for you later on when you get yourself right and you make yourself into a better person. So again, you're hitting the gym, you know, you're intermittent fasting, your apple cider vinegar, lemon lime water, you're getting up extra early at 3:30, 4, 3 o'clock, whatever. You're praying, getting close to God, all that good stuff. What's going to happen is while you're building yourself back up and getting yourself together, that narc is hoovering, looking for the ideal, perfect opportunity to reintroduce themselves, right? They've been hoovering over your stuff, checking your social media, seeing what's going on with you, all these different things like that, right? You're having nothing to do with this person. You never see this person. You don't check your social media. You got them blocked on everything. You know what I'm saying? Complete gray rock or whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? So when this person reaches out to you, it might be through calling. It might be through stalking you on your social media and just leaving weird comments. You're going to continue to go full no contact. I'm trying to tell you. You're going to block this person. You're going to ignore anything this person puts out. You will never mention this person's name. I don't care if you're posting up social media, whatever. Never give them the satisfaction of mentioning their raggedy names, okay? Keep it very generalized. Ex this, ex that, ex-spouse, ex-wife, whatever. You know what I mean? Ex-girlfriend, whatever. Never give them the satisfaction of mentioning their name. So even if they go online and look at you and try to be like, he's talking about me. Well, he could be, probably, but he's still not disrespectful enough to mention you by name. And that narc has been smearing your name all over the place. Who cares, right? Another thing, don't listen to no man or no woman. No one. You move in silence. That's the main one right there. You're always moving in silence. You don't tell no one your plans. You don't tell no one what you're about to do, what you just did. When you start doing that, people mess up your plans. You know what I'm saying? So you move in silence, tell as few people as possible. Even if it's got to be your best friend, barely tell him anything. Right? You know what I'm saying? You're moving in silence. You know, you're getting the job done. No one needs to know what you're doing. If you can move. Well, you're going to have to move, right? Because you just got a relationship or whatever. Don't give anybody your address. Don't let your address be known. We're doing complete moving in silence here, guys. Okay? This is the ways, and I was giving you 10 ways. And also, if you can be celibate, and, you know, limit your dating. Because all women are going to do is take away from you right now instead of giving to you while you're trying to build. Your focus needs to be building. Building. All right? So look, guys, I done gave you 10 or more tips how to move in silence and beat these narcissists. If you can, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this thing going and growing. All right? Stay blessed.